Hi everybody, it's Laura here. So I tried doing this video in the car and it didn't work out. It was crazy. On my way down to my doctor's appointment, I had what could technically, I guess, be called my 4-year post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy appointment. Because we didn't do it when I had my surgery. I had on July 1st, 2011. And so because of some issues of when I had seen him, August was when I was going to have my 4-year appointment, I guess. And there were a lot of issues to talk about when I saw him. But I'll go over the numbers first. I had originally wished I would have made this video before I saw him because I did some crying in the doctor's office. And I might do some crying in this video, so I had my tissues available. Anyway, alright, so numbers. So, my highest weight that my primary care doctor told me that I was 367 pounds. I remember being 347 pounds, so I'm not sure which number is correct. She says it's recorded as 167. Now, I don't know when that is. Probably happened in 2009 after my mom passed away. But my weight when I started the program, because I had to do 6 months of a pre-op diet before I could have surgery. So when I started the program, I was 338. And then after 6 months, I was 301. So I had lost 37 pounds on my own. Now, he wanted me to lose 30 pounds. A majority of that was because I was getting ready for my wedding. So that motivated me as well. And so I was 301 the day of surgery. And at my 1-year appointment, I was 183. That was the lowest that I think my body would go under normal conditions. My 2-year appointment, I was 179. However, that was when I had reconstructive surgery. At that time when I saw him, I had a 360 lower body lift and a medial thigh lift. And I was having some issues with going to the bathroom, so I wasn't eating much, actually. I was living off of protein shakes and water and Isopure, the clear liquid. So I really wasn't, I wasn't living a normal lifestyle. At my 3-year appointment, I was 190, which is actually the goal weight that my surgeon wanted me to be at. That was his weight for me. So that was at 3 years, and I was living comfortably there. But my iron had gotten low, and so he wanted to see me 6 months later. So that's where the timeline kind of got thrown off. So 6 months later, I was 207 pounds. 17-pound gain in 6 months. A little crazy. When I think back to what was going on in those 6 months, I was going back to school. My daily pattern of getting up, working out, going to the gym, working out, going to work, eating the food that I brought with me, going home, having dinner, that rotating schedule was like thrown up in the air and mixed around. I was going to school 2 nights a week, which made my days even longer because I was working out, or I would work throughout the morning and then so I had like 12-hour days on the go. And then I switched schools, which caused more rifts, and made it even harder because the school that I was going to was farther away. It was about an hour in traffic, hour and a half sometimes. And that schedule was even harder. It's a graduate program, and so it was more demanding. So that was 207, and I told, at the time when I saw my surgeon, I told him, I know what I'm doing wrong, and this is what I'm going to do to fix it. And so then another 6 months goes by, and I'm currently sitting at 212 pounds. So it's a 5-pound gain from the last time I saw him. So that's a total of 22-pound gain. since my 3 years. So 22 pounds in a year I've gained. You know, it brought up a lot of hard feelings for me. It brought up feelings of being a weight loss surgery failure because I'm gaining weight. It brought up feelings of my doctor being disappointed in me. It brought up, it's been hard. You know, I'm not oblivious. I step on the scale, I see how I've gained weight. And in my mind, I know, well, I gotta eat right, and I gotta work out, and I gotta do this. And when I eat something bad, I know, I'm conscious of it, that I'm eating it, but I am choosing to eat it. It's like my willpower has gone away. Although part of me thinks it might never have been there. And there's an article that I read, or kind of skimmed through, I didn't really read it, on Facebook, that was talking about the, a couple of the three major weight loss surgeries. So lap band, which is a restrictive band around your stomach that you have to get fills for. And, you know, people, I know one woman who has had fantastic outcomes with that. And she is the model weight loss surgery patient, I guess people could say. Although, you know, we all have our moments. So then the lap band, and then the VSG, which is where they take out part of the stomach, and then the gastric sleeve, or the gastric bypass. And it talked about how the sleeve and the band, after about 4 years, the results of it start to wane. As opposed to the gastric, which, you know, gastric is, it has to do with how your body absorbs the nutrition in the food. So it's malabsorptive and restriction-based. So it's both. Whereas the band and the sleeve are mostly just restriction, portion size. It's just portion control, really. You know, your body's still, if you eat a cup of ice cream, it's still going to go through your whole system. Your body's still going to absorb all the fat and the cholesterol and all that shit that's in it. But if you have the bypass, well, one, I've heard you can't really have ice cream. It makes you sick because it passes through you so fast. It goes through your body that your blood sugar kind of spikes and you get sick. But anyway, so the article said that the results kind of wane after 4 years. And I thought it was kind of serendipitous that I was reading it as I'm getting ready for my 4-year appointment. And I can kind of see how it makes sense. If you haven't made, it's not just about restriction, it's a lifestyle change. And in the beginning, the first 2 years, I want to say I was all about changing the lifestyle. You know, yeah, I gained weight. I went from 183 to 190, so I gained, what, 7 pounds? Yeah, I gained 7 pounds. In that year, oh wait, no, 2 years. But anyway, I mean, but I think there's this part of me that after I had my reconstructive surgeries, I kind of felt done. Which, you know, when you're doing something and you're working so hard at something, you want to be done. Like, I want to be done with my master's program. I want to be, when I'm at work, I want to be done with work. When I'm doing, you know, when you're working at something really hard, you want to eventually be done. You want an end point. And what we've done, this community of people having surgeries, you're not done. It is a lifestyle. And I think I have really fallen off the wagon. I mean, I've hit restart a couple of times, but you know, this is my life. I can't not succeed at this, or at least be stable. I won't let myself gain it all back. But I'm not taking the steps to actively to actively do that. I mean, 17 pounds in 6 months? I mean, I was looking at that, I'm like, is that possible? But, you know, when your life gets kind of tossed upside down, yeah, that's what happened to me the first time when my parents passed away. I just started eating. You know, my life got tossed upside down. And I know, like, I know parts of the reason why I've gained weight. You know, this summer I took the summer off of school, so I'm going back in September. And I work at a preschool, and so we have 2 classrooms, and my classroom is the closest to the kitchen, which also has our bathroom and where we keep our personal items. And so it's a multi-use area. And so when I go to the bathroom, which I do a lot throughout the day because, you know, my fitness has been 95% on par. 45 minutes a day, hard cardio. You know, I want to try getting in weight training, but I'm all about the sweat. I'm all about the cardio. You know, at least, if not 5 times a week, 4. At least 4 on par. When I was in school, I would go work out in the morning and then go to work and then work out in the afternoon on days that I didn't have school. So I was getting in an hour a workout. So my workouts have been, I'll take it down, 90% on par. For what I should be doing. And I'm pretty good with my eating to a certain time of day. I bring 2 snacks with me, which is even more than some people would have. Yogurt, cottage cheese, something. I bring 2 snacks. I bring my lunch with me, and I have breakfast before I come. After I would have lunch, that's when things would start going downhill. I would run into the bathroom at work, and there's snacks. Oh, there's kid snacks. Oh, there's crackers. Let me eat some crackers. Oh, you know, there's a granola bar. Oh, you know, something crunchy right now sounds really good. I wasn't hungry. I wasn't thirsty. I was bored. I was bored watching the kids. I wasn't being stimulated in another way. I wasn't hungry, but I wasn't full. Like, I wasn't full to the point where if I put this in my mouth, I am going to be sick. I wasn't there. So, for that reason, I would eat. You know, and with hope, you know, being in school did help a little bit because I would leave work. I would get coffee because I drink coffee. I would get coffee and then go to school, and then I would have my snack during class time, and then we would have lunch break. And so it was like I had to. I mean, I could if I wanted to get up and walk out of class and go get a candy bar. And during my lunch break, sometimes I would. And I need to get my willpower back on track. I want to say this is where, if I had dieted before, I've said it in a couple of other videos, I feel like I had surgery way too easy. You know, I talked to my doctor about portion control, but I never did Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem, Shakeology, whatever, you know, Slim Fast. I never did any of that stuff. Never. But because both of my parents passed away from a heart attack, and because my BMI was like 47 when I saw her, 41 when I started the program, I qualified. But I've never had to try living a different lifestyle before when it comes to food. And I think that's where my downfall is. You know, I know that there's other things as well. There's mental things about being a failure and being a disappointment. And that's another thing we talked about with my therapist. Or I talked to my doctor about seeing a therapist. My insurance covers it. For like 12 sessions in a year, which is ridiculous. But that was one of our goals that we set. And another goal was continuing working out 60 minutes a day for an hour. Trying not to snack unless it's something I brought. Make a plan for the day and stick with that plan. I am not done. My weight loss surgery is something that's going to be with me forever, and I'm not done. So this video is getting kind of long. Sorry, guys. But anyway, I don't know if I'm going to update like in a week, probably more in a month. I'm going to try and set a goal for myself. If I can lose 2 pounds, it's going to be hard, but if I can lose 2 pounds a month, I'm seeing my surgeon again in November, the day after Thanksgiving. I was like, that's the worst day to go in for a weigh-in. But it's the only time I could go because of my school schedule, my work schedule, you know, and all that stuff. And his schedule, blah, blah, blah. So if I can try and do 1 pound to 2 pounds, I mean, at least if I'm showing progress, I need to at least show progress. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't cry as much as I thought. I cried a lot on the way home. I really did. You know, regain is not easy, but it happens. And I have to learn the mental game to fight back against it. But anyway, I'll see you guys on the flip side.